a shadow in the government's game. Pawn as a child with no face and no name. They stole my past to leave me cold and alone. Always searching for a place that could call home. I was lost in the dark, just a tool in the hand, till she pulled me close and helped me understand. Now the fire inside is starting to rise. I can see the truth through 1,000 lies. Now I tear through the veil, leave holes in the sky. I can read every thought in the blink of an eye. Danica, my witch, she's the magic in me. Yeah, I finally found what they took from me. With a hellhound beside me, I'm standing my ground. No longer a ghost that's never been found. In the dead of the night, I can hear the call. All the ghosts of my past scratching through the wall. My eyes change colors, the power has grown. With Crowley the hound, I am never alone. I used to be hollow, a man made of glass, but now I am reclaiming every year that has passed. Every memory is falling right back into place. I know every name and I remember every face. Now I tear through the veil, leave holes in the sky. I can read every thought in the blink of an eye. Danica, my witch, she's the magic in me. Yeah, I finally found what they took from me. With a hell on beside me, I'm standing my ground. No longer a ghost that's never been found. I ain't running no more, yeah, I'm ready to fight. Gonna settle that debt in the depth of the night. They tried to break me, they tried to erase, but they can't hide the blood from the scars on my face. The veil is thin and the engine is hot. I'm taking back everything that they thought I forgot. Now I tear through the veil, leave holes in the sky. I can read every thought in the blink of an eye. Danica, my witch, she's the magic in me. Yeah, I finally found what they took from me. With a tailhound beside me, I'm standing my ground. No longer a ghost that's never been found. I remember it all now. Every single face, I'm calling for you in the dead of the night.
Hello, everybody. My name's Henry. For those of you that don't know, that's new here, and for those of you that do, thanks for being here. Tonight, I'm going to pose a question. Do you think MKUltra could have helped make some of these monsters that we call serial killers? Well, from my experiences, I can definitely say yes. A lot of these projects, including MKUltra, did create a lot of these serial killers. Now let me explain what I mean create. Okay. You take a innocent kid, and they turn them into a serial killer. Now, here's how this kind of a short version on how this can happen. Pain and fear are damn good motivators. Now, in the case of the projects I was involved in, I know there's a lot of others, but the ones I was involved with, it was all about taking a child like me and a lot of these other people, and when you're born, You learn from your surroundings, basically your environment, meaning the people you come in contact with, how people treat you, how people look at you. Take, for instance, you go into a store, whether it be Walmart or wherever, and I'm just using this for an example. A great big, long-haired Harley rider comes in with his vest and all the different logos and the clubhouse logos, and what some people do, they stop and look. Some people might grab their purse and hold it a little closer or pull their kids closer. You know, what I found out about these different motorcycle clubs, now I ain't saying they ain't tough. I ain't saying they can't fight and that they won't fight. They will, if pushed. But a lot of them are human beings just like the rest of us. Just like some people. I'm not trying to pick a fight or stir a fight. I'm just using these for examples. Some white people be in a store and they see a black guy come walking by and they pull their purse and pull their kid, you know. There's good and bad in all of us. Whites, blacks, yellows, reds. There's good and bad in everybody. Every culture. Did you ever stop and think about it? Not all, but some of these people that look mean and bad, look like they just killed their mother before they come to the store. Did you ever think of maybe what kind of life they had? People looking down at them because maybe they don't have as much money as this person or that person, or maybe they dress different. You know, when I was in school, that's been a long time ago, but when I was in school, you had the jocks. That was the athletic guys. Then you had, back in those days, what they called the stoners. They was the ones that liked to smoke their grass. Never bothering them unless you mess with them. Then you had your regular poor kids. Then you had your middle class people. And they all hung in little cliques. Now, anybody that went to school with me will tell you, I talked and hung with all of them. Always did. Because unless you walk a mile in their shoes, you don't really know anything about them. I'd be sitting in the lunchroom with, there wasn't no place else to sit, but the ones everybody called druggies would say, hey man, come on, have a seat. Well, I'd go over and sit and shoot the shit with them. I didn't treat them no differently than I'd want to be treated. Another day I might sit with the jocks. Another day I might sit with this group. If I was with some of the ones they called stoners and jocks come by, I'd wave and speak to them. Or if I was with the jocks and some of the kids they called stoners, I'd holler at them, wave at them. That's just the way I am. But, in any case, back to the story. In the projects, they were splitting your spirit, trying to separate the good part of you from the bad part, weaken the good part to bring out more of the bad, so they could utilize that. Well, if you could split the psyche like that, then harness it, control it. How they do that is with drugs. And I'm not putting anybody down that does drugs, that's your business. But in the project, they did use that in order to get you loose and get your mind opened up, free. And they'd split the psyche into good parts and bad parts. They'd put the bad part to the back of the brain and focus on what they can make these people do. They could do some horrible things. I know I did some pretty horrible things. Someday I might talk about it. But I'm talking about stuff that you just can't fathom. I see them do hypnosis after they done all this chemicals to them and beatings and halfway killing them. Then they put them in a trance. Now they could use anything for a trigger. It could be a finger snap. It could be you just walk by and drop a piece of paper, reach down, pick it up, and look at them. Keep walking. It could be a card. It could be a certain sound. Anything that would cause them to flip. They'd be perfectly fine 1 minute, then all of a sudden, just on the drop of a dime, they'd change and do something, horrifying. Well, once they learned that they could harness that, what else can we do with it? Now, that's how crazy these fuckers were. What else can we do with this? Can we get them to maybe wash a car? Could we get them to kill their parents? Hey, could we get them to kill an official? And if so, how long do we have that power over them? So they messed with that. They got it down so good of a science. They could control these kids all the way through life. Make them have twists and turns. Kind of like a mouse in a maze trying to get that piece of cheese. Have bad luck after bad luck. Like they did me. Motherfuckers are still doing that shit with me. But I'm a survivor. I reason things out. I figure out the maze. And I always end up with the piece of cheese. I may get my tail cut off. A couple bangs and bruises, but I'll get the fucking cheese. Well, they got so good at it that they could leave a person normal for days, weeks, months, even years, until the timing was right and their purpose was about to be served. Timing was the key to everything. Because if you sent one of these people, as whether a kid or a growing up, just say that there was somebody that you wanted eliminated. They worked with the timing part, because if you sent somebody out right now to a street corner, and they was waiting for, just say, a political opponent to show up, and they didn't. That kid would sit there. He would sit there till hell freezes over. 'Cause that's what he was programmed to do. So they had to learn, and they did, real quick, how to do something to activate. Now we need you to get to that corner, because they're getting ready to pull up there. That's just one example. Now we're going to get into some of the nuts and bolts. More nuts than bolts, but okay. Now that you kind of got the gist of what they were doing in these projects, okay, I'll just randomly pick a name and tell you about it. Okay, this name may not mean a lot to some people, but I'll tell you the connection. Mark David Chapman. He's the man that sat outside of Dakota and shot John Lennon. Now, he was into drugs and stuff at one time or another. MKUltra. A form of it. A sliver of it. May have been called a different project name, but it still come from MKUltra. He sat outside the Dakota, there in front of the guard shack. John Lennon come out. Mark David Chapman had the book, The Catcher in the Rye. He walked up to John Lennon and asked him if he could sign an autograph. And John said, sure. Who do I make it out to? He filled the autograph out, and Mark David Chapman just sat there staring at him. And he goes, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need? No, that'd be fine. The whole time he had that gun, but didn't shoot. Why? He was standing right there in front of him talking. John Lennon leaves. Later on he comes back. Mark David Chapman's still there. John leaves again to go make the last album, one of the last songs. Come home. Now get this. The car stops at the curb. Yoko Ono jumps out, runs through the gates. She's running for the Dakota. Hint. John Lennon gets out of the car. John looks and sees him, but Yoko done went through the gate by the guard shack. Now, Mark David Chapman was there all day, right up until that evening. Did you ever ask yourself, why didn't the guards come out there and say, hey, time for you to move along or we're going to call the cops? They didn't. Mark David Chapman takes his time, squats down, and pops off the shots. John goes stumbling through the gate, falls down. Mark David Chapman, you would think that he would have ran. Did he run? No. He sat down, laid his gun down, waited for the cops to come get him. Why? Well, let's see. John went into hiatus to raise his son, Sean, and then come back into the public life. The government was scared because during the Vietnam War, John Lennon and Yoko were big activists. They didn't want John back. Get the hint? Sound like MKUltra? Or at least a form of it? Yeah. They put him in prison. They didn't kill him. They put him in prison. For life. But here's the funny part. He was going to kill a couple other people first. Well, you take Ringo Starr. Somebody got on his property grounds, and luckily they was apprehended or chased off. Then the fake Paul McCartney, we'll call him Paul, or fake Paul. Yeah, Paul McCartney was replaced in 1966. That's another story for another time. They were going to kill him, but Paul was out of the country at the time. Later, George Harrison comes home and was stabbed several times. Kind of strange, isn't it? Well, I can do you one better. The Son of Sam killings. David Berkowitz. Here's a man that run around picking victims to kill. Now, get this. If that was me or you running around the neighborhood, and when the neighbor dog barked, we'd be out there like, "Shut up, Satan, shut up." They'd have us locked in the fucking nut house so fast make your head spin. But not if you're a guard child for the MKUltra. Hurry up, dude. Quit talking about that fucking dog being Satan and kill some more. We got some stuff we want to do over here. You keep them busy over here with all these killings. We'll make sure you don't get caught. We'll give you escape routes, everything. They're still doing that shit. Look at all the assassination attempts on Trump. Yeah. Y'all think that MKUltra and all these projects stopped? They didn't. They just learned to hide a little better. But they're still just as efficient. And they're still happening. He's out there, and when they catch him, they're like, "Why was you doing this?" "Oh, damn. That neighbor dog, that's Satan." Every time he come out, bark, 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 bark. And that drove you crazy? No. Everybody heard bark, bark, bark. What I heard was kill, 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 kill. And he did a lot of killing. Is he dead yet? Oh, hell no. He's serving a life sentence. Another one. Sirhan killed Robert Francis Kennedy Sr. Because there's another Kennedy now in and around the White House. That's Junior. There was Sirhan. Now, don't think that these assassins from MKUltra, otherwise known as super soldiers, don't think they don't get help, because they do. Do the math. Okay, you ready? Y'all know the story about Robert Francis Kennedy at the Ambassador Hotel. He got up and gave his speech, and he was winning. He was going to win. He was going to be president. While he's sitting there giving the speech right at the end, you see these guys grab him by the arm. Follow me. Because he's turning to go the route that he had planned on taking, which was not through the kitchen. It was through a side exit into the limousine of the car and leave. See what I mean by help? Now, if some rogue crazy person run up on that stage and say, hey, come with me, they'd have been tackled and shot, probably. Tackled or shot, or both. But it is one of his own people. Come this way, Mr. Kennedy. Around to the kitchen. Where? Who was there? Sirhan Sirhan. From all accounts, he was quiet, done his job, didn't bother nobody. And we all know what happened. They claimed that he shot Robert Kennedy. The only problem with that story is they claimed there was between 9 and 10 bullet holes, not counting the people that got shot. Now, if you ever seen that, Sirhan never got that close to him. His revolver only held 6 shots, and he didn't have time to reload. But according to the coroner's inquest, Bobby Kennedy was shot at point blank, which means the gun was right up against the body or damn close. You don't get powder burns from 3 foot, 5 foot, 10 foot, or further away. You only get gunpowder residue if the gun is right here. It leaves a perfect blue, black looking powder, gunpowder. They call it residue. So, if Sirhan missed, they had a backup plan that somebody else would do it, and Sirhan would get the fucking blame for it. And what they was really hoping is there would be a replay of the John F. Kennedy shooting. You know, Oswald got shot before he could go talk. But Sirhan didn't. They put him in prison. When they went in and checked his room, there's all these notebooks. Every page, front and back, in these notebooks. Robert Kennedy must go. Robert Kennedy must go. Robert Kennedy must die. Robert Kennedy. It was the same couple of sentences all the way through these notebooks. That's a form of MKUltra. It's one of those projects that involves MKUltra. That's not a rambling of some nutcase. That's somebody that's been programmed. They only program them to go and commit whatever act it is. But in case they miss, they'll have people there in place. But they want a person there from these projects that will have no memory of MKUltra and all that. Scapegoat. A pawn. A patsy. So the real shooters can do the shooting, and that poor fucker gets in trouble and goes to prison for it. And the guys that really do the shooting, hell, they might even be a senator nowadays. They might even be your local sheriff. Now, we'll go a few more steps. Yeah, if you're going to poke the bear, you might as well beat that fucker with a stick. Because you ain't going to get no more, you ain't going to piss that bear off anymore by hitting him one time with a stick and beating him with a whole fucking tree. And there is a thing called freedom of speech. And I'm exercising that, YouTube, so go fuck yourself. Okay. John Kennedy. Sorry, people, but there ain't no motherfucking way. I don't give a shit what kind of fucking ballistics you have, what kind of fucking shooter you got up there in the book suppository thing. There's no fucking way with a Tucano rifle with a scope that is inaccurate as a blind fucking bull after 3 heifers. I don't give a fuck who this dumb cocksuckers are they say that they're marksmen. No, they're fucking idiots. Because why? Because they think the rest of us are fucking idiots. He could not have fired that many shots. And according to them, the magic bullet theory, that fucking bullet went down at an angle, went through Kennedy, stopped midair, moved over, dropped down, moved over again, and then right into Connolly's leg. Bull to the fucking shit. Explain this one. A lady that was hiring for Mr. President to look her way so she could get a picture with her Kodak. You see the Zabruta film, the car coming through, and you see the girl like this. Because somebody's shooting way above, not at the book suppository building. Up there by the grassy knoll, by the fence, leading toward the railroad tracks. Shot, missed, it hit the fucking curb and a piece of that broke off and whoosh. Yeah. There was lots of shots unaccounted for. Of course, these fucking dickheads that get on TV. Did you ever see that big motherfucking shovel they carry to shovel the shit in your mouth? Hoping that we'll eat it like our parents. Our parents, them were some gullible motherfuckers. But their parents even told them, you gotta believe the government. If the government says you eat shit, you get down and eat shit. John F. Kennedy said it best, and I didn't like that cocksucker either. Don't ask what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Kennedy, yeah, you sleazy slut, even though you're dead. How about you bend over and I punch your ghost ass right through the fucking field goal? Our governments have lied to people, killed people, experimented on people, experimented on the public without them knowing it, spraying these fucking chemtrails. Yeah, I'm not as stupid as people like to believe I am. I've been through a lot of shit. I've seen a lot of shit. Yes, MKUltra is involved in all this shit. You want to go? I'll do you one better. Charles Manson. You know the dude? Heard about him? Do you know when he was a petty crook, they sent him to prison? Do you know who his cellmate was? Of all fucking people, do you know who his cellmate was? His mentor? You ever heard of Melvin Creepy Corpus? Look him up. That's one scary looking motherfucker. You know Lurch on the Addams Family? He looked about that fucking scary. He looked like a dead man walking. Now, I ain't scared of no motherfucker. Nobody. There is people that give me the creeps. That don't mean I'm scared of them. Does it mean I'll go toe-to-toe with them? Fucking hell I will. I ain't scared of no son of a bitch walking. Nobody. Period. But that son of a bitch to give anybody the fucking creeps. Go look at a picture of that son of a bitch. He run with Maul Baker's gang, which was Maul and her 3 boys. Get this. The boys got out of prison, but they decided to pick up the crime spree again. This time, Maul was going to be running the outfit. Well, they brought Creepy Carpus home with them. And the dad had made I don't know how many comments about, God damn, that motherfucker gives me the creeps. He just sits there with them icy blue eyes and just stares. Don't say nothing. Pasty white. Looks like The Walking Dead. Well, Maul got the hornies for old Creepy Carpus. She wanted some of that dead meat. But she be flirting. And old Paul, he got mad. Creepy Carpus killed him. He keep him all for himself. He shared a cell with none other than old brother Charles Manson. Taught him how to play guitar, got him into music. Get it? Music. Ring a bell? Now get this. He gets out of prison with whatever little bit of money he made in there. He's out there on the streets. That's what I said. Sharpen your pencil, get your calculator ready. He's getting high every night, drunk. Got dope for all the people that's going to be his followers. He's even hanging around with people like Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. Ooh, ring a bell? Oh, yeah. Now, how does a person ain't making no money, how are they getting all this dope? Where are they getting that from? Do I need to say it? People like the CIA, MKUltra, and people look the other way like the FBI. FBI stands for Federal Bureau of Intimidation. CIA, Christians in Action. That just means they're shady fucks. Just so we got that clear. I've had enough dealing with those two fucking entities right there, and they're shady fucks. They're as shady as a fucking fresh laid dog turd underneath a fucking leaf. Waiting for somebody to walk by that don't see the turd under the leaf, step and fall in it. Now you got shit all over your shoe. That's what I think about those pricks. And how does a faggot, a fucking faggot, a queer, a Peter Puffer, that's one man sucking their man's dick. J. Edgar Hoover, there was no bigger fucking queer than that one. And the only reason why he was mad at John F. Kennedy and the Kennedy boys, because they was running around sniffing pussy all over the fucking place. They were pussy hounds. And of course, when they're done the pussy, they just kill it, or have it killed. But J. Edgar Hoover was a big old fat queer. That's just gross. You putting your wee-wee inside of that. Should be putting in another man. J. Edgar Hoover, you fat fuck. You're nothing but an old, dead faggot. You old Peter Puffer. They should have called that motherfucker the brown note hunter. But see how this shit works? You have to have the shooters that's actually going to do the killings. Then you got to have the pawn. But see, in the past several years, they're still doing the same thing. They just upped the game. They got more creative. If you don't believe me, just go back and watch some of the recent footages of assassination attempts. There's one out there circulating around, and I watched that motherfucker umpteen times. And each time, same guy, same cop car. The guy comes off of a building, leaves his gun up there, gets down off the building, follows the sidewalk around the edge of the building, walks down the fucking sidewalk toward the road, starts to turn left, and there's a fucking cop car, a cop SUV sitting there. Now you know that, like that, it went across the wire. Man shooting the president, man shooting the president. The fucking cop car went past the description of this guy that's walking, trying to get away from the shooting nest. It fucking does a U and leaves. The guy walks on around there in the grass, walks right across the fucking highway. See what I mean by help? You have to have your real shooter and a guy that's going to pull a trigger that is fucking probably going to miss. But it's the idea that he pulled the trigger, he's got gunpowder on his finger, and he's the scapegoat. I ain't saying he wouldn't have done it. But that's how this works. And it's these black projects. MKUltra, all that kind of shit. We don't know, he was a good kid. Just one day he didn't show up for work. He called his queer boyfriend and said, hey, be watching the news. Really, just all of a sudden he got up and lost his fucking Cheerios and decided to take a pop shot at somebody? How about these kids in school? They go to school, everything's cool. Just all of a sudden one day they get in, break out their, get this. There's probably going to be some people pissed off about this one. The kid goes and gets a fucking military rifle out of his house. His daddy thought, hey, you want to pretend like you're in the army? We'll get you one of these big fucking M16s. How about that shit? These people that run and buy that, you know what they're really doing? They're overcompensating. They want a big gun because they got a little tiny dick about the size of a fucking Tic Tac. When they get ready to piss, they stick their thumb up their ass so their Peter will pop out. Because it's hiding somewhere there, down there, between their legs, back inside of them. So every time they gotta take a piss, they stick their finger up their ass, makes their Peter poke out. Now let me tell you something. For anybody that might be listening, that might have a rude comment or might be thinking something bad. Let me tell you something. I've been in the military. I've had those big guns. Used those big guns to kill people. That's what they're for. They ain't for out here hanging on your fucking wall and to go out here and shoot a fucking deer. Well, you need 500 fucking rounds to shoot one person? You must be a bad motherfucking shot. Did you learn how to do that in the Cracker Jack box? I'll tell you what you do. I will take a revolver or a single shot. I only need one shot. Because most times that's all you're going to get anyway. But these fucking idiots that go to these gun shows and buy these fucking things, what the fuck are you going to shoot them with? Shoot them for? What are you going to hunt with them? Nothing. Oh, but I need that for home self-defense. You're a fucking idiot. You're a motherfucking retard. What you need is your fucking nuts pinched with a pair of vice grips. Hell, go get an extension added on your dick. There you go. Well, I'm so bad of a shot, I gotta fucking spray 500 rounds. Maybe one shot will kill somebody. Yeah, 'cause you're a fucking piss-poor shot, jack off. You ain't a fucking professional. So give it up, boy. These stupid son of a bitches running around, I gotta have that. Yeah, 'cause you got a little bitty dick, that's what's wrong with you. Gotta impress the ladies. Yeah, until you drop your drawers and they get to fucking laughing at you. They think you got a fucking mole down there or a wart. You piece of monkey shit. Be a man. I gotta have that for home invasion. Let me tell you something. You pull that son of a bitch out with 500 rounds and somebody breaks in your house, you may kill him, but guess where you're going? Federal prison. Dumbass. You're about as intelligent as a fucking head post. The part that's in the ground. You need that like you need a fucking hole in your head. What is the government? Dude, you've been reading too many fucking Quack Mac magazines. Listening to too many retards here on YouTube. Well, when does it have to fight the government? Dude, if you can't fight with one single projectile, then what you're really admitting is you're a piss poor shot. Plain and simple. And you got a little dick. So anyway, back to the discussion. I've been wanting to say that for a long time. And any motherfucker that's got something to say back, I welcome you to say something. And I'll tell you straight to your face, you're trying to overcompensate with 500 rounds because you got a little fucking Tic Tac for a dick. Now put that in your fucking apples and eat them. You don't know shit. You got up there trying to compensate. What's wrong with you? when you go through the training I have, then you come fucking talk to me. They drop me out places buck ass fucking naked. See you later. Find your own way fucking home. If you ain't here by a certain time, the sub is leaving. I was trained to go in, get my own weapon. I carried weapons, but I could also, if those weapons fucked up, I could go into any fucking house or any fucking building and use what chemicals they had to make one hell of a big fucking bang and accomplish my mission. So don't be telling me that as a civilian you need all these fucking military rifles, because you don't. Now we got that cleared up. MKUltra and these projects are behind all this shit. Plain and simple. And who's behind that? Your senators, your representatives, FBI, because without these people running around shooting at people and at presidents, well, they wouldn't have a job. How come that building wasn't secured? Now, everybody's seen that guy and was pointing at that guy on top of the fucking roof. You would have think that them undercover agents would have went and looked over and spotted that prick. No, they was busy going. Be careful about picking your nose there, dude. You put a 10-pound booger in your fucking head, a cave in. That's the kind of security our president has. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. But see, that's the thing. When you got people like the CIA and the FBI really running things, and the president's going, "Darr!" He has no clue what them cocksuckers do. You know what you do to those motherfuckers? You cut their funding down so much, they have to use their finger to wipe their asshole when they shit. Don't keep their bathrooms full of toilet paper. Instead of having cars, give them kangaroos to ride. And say, "There now, you motherfucker. Let's see you take and ride that from the United States, or they're to start a war in Iran." Yeah, the CIA has funded every war and started every war. Now, if I piss some people off here about this, oh well. Tough titty, said the kitty, with the milk still warm. Vietnam was started by the Christians in Action, CIA, because of the drug trade with the Triad. It was a drug war. You guys go over there and kill each other and send some more boys over to get killed. We got some drugs going on back here. Got to fund the MKUltra. You got to get good drugs from Japan, China, and Mexico. Colombian gold too. See, all this shit is intertwangled. It's like you go eat a big bowl of vegetable soup. I don't know how it affects the rest of you, but I got to be careful about eating vegetable soup too much of it, because I go in there to take a shit, and it's like a fucking shotgun went off. Splatters the fucking inside the toilet bowl with fucking corn. All kinds of shit. That's MKUltra. They have the shits, they're into everything. They're fucking with everything, just like the CIA does and the FBI. Yes, they do. They're all involved with it. The higher-ups, damn right they are. All these serial killers, that's where they fucking come from. Oh, you mean they kidnapped all these people and took them to this building? Fuck no, they didn't take them to a goddamn building. You actually think that these people don't have buildings in every one of these big towns? labs in every big town where they run this kind of programs, then you're dumber than a box of rocks. Because they do. The place where they used to take blood on my fingers and toes, right there in a small fucking town, right in the middle of good old Midwest. People taking their kids in there all the time. Had no clue what was really going on. They do this shit right under your fucking nose and you have no fucking clue. They just put up a sign, Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. Everybody goes in the front door to get chocolates. In the back, they're fucking with kids. Turning them into super soldiers, killers. And some of these killers can be normal for years. And just all of a sudden, they start slaughtering. Did you ever ask yourself, how in the fuck these guys get away with killing all these people for so many fucking years and never get caught? I didn't see not a thing, officer. Good. Wasn't you on duty? Wasn't you on that street? Yeah? What was you doing? I was on duty. You're fired. Next. You get rid of some of them blind pricks, the ones that don't see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. You get some son bitches that really need a job. You won't have these serial killers running around killing people for years. But you can't stop there. See, it's like drugs. You can't stop with the ones that's taking the drugs. You got to get the pusher that's bringing the drugs to these people taking the drugs. Then you go a step further with it. I know. See, I used to hunt these motherfuckers. That's what they have me doing in the projects. Hunting pricks like these. Then in the military, during slow time, we was hunting these pricks. So I know. So you don't stop with the one that you see roll into town and, hey man, here's some good drugs. Here's some coke. Here's some blow. Here's some Mexican gold. You get that motherfucker too. And right there in the street, you don't cuff him. You shoot the motherfucker in the back of the head. And the rest of them fucking cockroaches will scatter. Then you go after his boss, which is usually somebody that does a lot of traveling to smuggle it in. But who's backing the smugglers? Lawyers, doctors, scientists, CIA, FBI, and sometimes even your local law enforcement. Now, you're probably going to sit there and go, you're a lying son of a bitch. You're crazy, too. Really. One of the towns I lived in that I fucking cleaned up, yes, I cleaned the motherfucker up. I was babysitting for these two kids for a few hours while their mom was at work and their dad was at work. These druggies come flying around the fucking corner and down there and hit these two boys. And they were little boys, 4 and 5 year old. So I kept my cool. As soon as the mom got home, I got in my truck. I drove across the road, pulled up in that driveway, knocked on that lady's door, and I said, hey, that son of a bitch driving that white truck, what relation is he to you? Well, that's my son. Send that prick out here. Oh, what'd he do? What'd he do? I said, you know, right across the road there, them little kids was riding their bike right there in front of the garage. And that stupid son of a bitch come up in the fucking yard, come across there, hit the one boy's bike, knocked him off on the fucking concrete, and I said, the other one pedaled his ass off until he got up there in the grass. I said, the motherfucker didn't stop or nothing. He was right on in the house, hiring a fucking Georgia pine. Send that prick out here. If I have to go in there after him, I'm going to bring him out a piece at a time. I'll tell him. You fucking go do that. That motherfucker run out the front door of the house facing the highway. Took off, walking, running. The other kid that was with him called his drug addict daddy. Did I give a shit? No. I scared that motherfucker either. Before it was all over with, I had all the fucking drug dealers in this fucking little town hiding. We're gonna kill you, man. We're gonna kill you. Really? Get your fucking ass out here and let's see you. Let's see what you got, motherfucker. You ain't got shit. You act like a fucking debt collector. I'm gonna. You're gonna what? Kiss my ass? Come on out and get the chapstick, boys. You all ain't got a hair on your ass. You're just big talk. That's all you motherfuckers do. Sit around, smoke your fucking doobies, acting like a bunch of fucking fools, cooking your fucking brains, killing the rest of us, you stupid fucks. This is how scared these pricks were. There was several of them, only one of me. These boys' dad was about 6'2", 6'3", built like King Kong. You know where that motherfucker was at? I'm gonna whip their ass, I'm gonna whip their ass. That motherfucker run and hid in his house for 2 weeks. Made his wife go to the store and get him some fucking chew. While he hid in the fucking house like a goddamn coward. I can't stand cowards either. So the cop shows up. Pulled a fucking gun on me. And I say, I don't know what size gun that is, but is that real milk chocolate? Don't move or I'll shoot. Only a pussy would say that. Pull the trigger on that smoke wagon. Let's see what happens. You ain't got a hair on your ass. I'll tell you what. You're only gonna get one shot. I don't give a fuck how much fucking bullets you got in that son of a bitch. But you better hope it's chocolate, because you're gonna eat that motherfucker when I'm done with it. That somebody's got in his truck and left, because he was gonna take me to jail for threatening those drug addicts. You get that shit? So then they sent another cop over there. He stayed in his vehicle. Of course, I knew him. He goes, hey, he said, gotta ask you a question. I said, what's that? And he goes, did you just threaten that fucking cop? No. Well, he says you did. He misunderstood. That was not a threat. A threat is something I might do. That was a promise. If he fired that fucking gun at me, I would take that gun away from him, pull the bullets out, and make him eat that motherfucker. Plain and simple. He should be out there arresting those drug dealers that damn near killed these 2 kids. But since you motherfuckers ain't gonna do your job, I will clean the house. I'll tell you what. Since I know you, you got 3 hours. On the 4th hour, as soon as that fucking clock goes bong uptown, I'm gonna go after me some drug dealers. Get my drift? Dude, he was like, just give me time to talk to him. I said, you got 3 hours. On the 4th hour, you all can't clean up this town. Well, we can't do it. I said, wait a minute, motherfucker. How many times have I been up and down the street and seen you fuckers standing there driving by in a fucking cop car, and the drug dealers are out in the middle of the fucking street dealing drugs, and you guys stop at the stop sign, look down to them, and they go, fuck you, cop. It ain't Friday. You ain't getting paid today. Go on. And you fuckers go on. Huh. Who's running the town? The drug dealers or you guys? You got 3 hours. Starting now. You better get busy. You guys think I ain't seen to clean them up, I will. It'll be permanently though, don't worry. I never have no problem with them again. You ever wonder why nobody come down on the fucking streets anymore? That's why. You know, they went and reamed them drug dealers. Things went calm. You know, after I moved out of town, the fucking city council started confiscating people's property that was doing drugs. These drug houses, because they moved from one house, they lose this house, and a whole fucking bunch of them move into another house, set up camp. They take those pieces of property, the house and the property, away from them, burn the fucking houses down, and then sell the property off to somebody else and put it in the fucking city fund. Yeah. I told you I ain't scared of shit. They trained me well. MKUltra, there's all forms of that. Now the good thing is, when I come out of these projects, I had more human in me than the rest of these fuckers. I kept my sanity. I learned to adapt and become a good citizen. Provided no motherfucker tries to push me. Or come try to hunt me. Or try to kill somebody I know. Ain't gonna work out well for you. But see, there's all these people that run interference for these MKUltra people. And I ain't saying I want to share a bed with fucking Charles Manson, because motherfucker's just creepy. But I'm just saying, he tried to say so many times, tell you the same thing I'm trying to tell you now. That's why he kept saying in those later interviews that he didn't want out of prison, because he'd be right back doing the same thing. Elaine Warno is the same way. All these different serial killers. John Wayne Gacy, there's another one. I can't remember that guy's name. Ted Bundy, was it? He was another one. Most of them people had damn high IQs. So why would they go do something like this? Because they was forced in these programs, and that's the way they was programmed. Case in point. You ever heard of these people that... Good people. Lawyers. There's not very many good lawyers. They're crooked cocksuckers. But the few good ones there is... I won't mention the guy's name. But he had a small little tiny TV show, him and his brother. And it was a good little show. Me and my wife loved to watch it. He showed you different things around the St. Louis area. Him and his brother, and sometimes they didn't even have their mom on there. It was a good show. And they were both lawyers. The motherfucker walks in to the office where he works. Goes up to his floor where his office is. Lays his briefcase down. Opens the curtain. Jumps right out the fucking window. Does a swan dive. For no apparent reason. Oops, he jumped. If you buy that, I will sell you an ice cream factory in the bottom of the Atlantic. Fuck, I'll sell you a goddamn big long bridge out in the desert. It's out there. It may not be no water, but it's out there. It's all over around us, and like I said, it never stopped. These programs are still going full force. They're still creating people like that to do things like that. And it could be anybody. It could be your brother, your sister, your niece, your nephew, one of your own grandkids. It don't make a difference to these fucking savages. They don't care who they get to do their pawn, like I was. Because they don't care. They don't have feelings. And it's a shame that people can't look around and see this. But I guess if you ain't never was there in the projects, maybe you just get blind to it. I don't know. I can spot it because I was in a lot of these projects. I seen the shit they was doing, the shit they were doing to me even. Had a guy tell me one time in there, he could take a fucking common ordinary house mouse, providing it was the size of a human. And a mouse, you stomp your foot, that fucker take off. If it was part human, he could turn that thing into any serial killer he wanted to be and have him live any place he told him. But, oh my God, up here in the shit house, we don't have people like that. How come these cocksuckers ain't being arrested? Well, they got pictures of me. You know who I'm talking about? What a 12-year-old. Kind of like, it's funny when this Iran shit started. And I said, shit. Yeah, shit, literally. We're going to have to reinstate the goddamn draft. Really, when's your son going up there, Barron? Oh, hey, I didn't say draft. Oh, goddamn. Calm down, Barron. Calm down. You got to say it 3 times. That's what he does. I won't enact it. Don't worry, stay home, boy. There you go. Does that remind you of old Sleepy Joe? I'm going to pardon Fauci, and I'm going to pardon you, my little drug addict son, little laptop boy, and I'm going to pardon you. See, the only difference between one ass and the other is which side of the cheek you're seeing. It's the left side or the right side. Republican side, Democrat side. Put them together, it's a perfect asshole. I'm so tired of these lying fucking politicians. Every time I see a politician, what I see really is a fucking shit house. Because they're always spewing shit. Every fucking one of them. They're as full of shit as a fucking dirty diaper. They'll tell you one thing and do totally the opposite. Now I'm going to tell you something else too real quick. Those so-called data centers they're creating. Just so you know, do you ever wonder why they're putting those in every state? Those are prisons for people like me and you. And remember the other day when my tree got lasered? They ain't gonna come and chase you. They're gonna use that laser and blast your ass. When it starts happening, you can look back and say, well, goddamn, old Henry was right. Yeah. So just remember, you heard that here first. But anyway, the MKUltra is produced, and those projects are produced Lots of crazy shit and lots of crazy people. People that normally wouldn't even do that stuff. And once they went to those programs, they're a ticking time bomb. Hell, they move right beside you, and you fucking never know it. They'd be over there hollering across the fence, "Hey man, what's a barbecue?" And then all of a sudden something fucking snaps, and now you're on their barbecue grill. You know, did anybody ever ask why Jeffrey Dahmer? You know, they come out of that movie called Dahmer. Did anybody ever stop, get their fingers to calculating and their brains to going and say, wait a minute, he said he started out killing his first person back when he was in middle school or high school. Well, how many years passed before he started killing and eating people? Ding! Did a fucking light bulb go off in your head? It ought to. See what I mean about these programs? It's like taking your fucking bologna that you buy from the store, you put it in the refrigerator. Why? To keep it cold. Why? So when you get hungry, you can pull it out of the refrigerator, put it on 2 pieces of bread with some ketchup and some chips. I don't eat fucking mustard. It looks like fucking bird shit. And then you make you a sandwich later on when you get hungry. Get it? They create these people to do these things and put them in the refrigerator like you would a pack of fucking bologna, where they sit until they need them. Then all of a sudden, here's an ace of spades. Next thing you know, 15, 20 people fucking dropping like flies. And this goes on for 15, 20 years. Oh, you can't catch him. Really? Then you're a dumb motherfucker. I could have caught the cocksucker in my sleep. You know, stupidity like that there, that's what I call stupidity. Ignorance. It's an insult to my intelligence. And that burns my ass. You know, how come is it 2 people commit the same crime, one goes to prison, and one goes to the gas chamber? Couldn't be a little ass grease in there, could it be? If you really want to get me started, take 9/11 for instance. No planes are leaving the sky. No planes. None. Not even a fucking bird better leave the ground. Hey, Mr. President. This is George Washington sitting out here in New York Harbor. We have a firing solution, and we're locked on a jet that just took off. Don't shoot, let it go. Bin Laden's mom and dad was on there. They've been over dealing fuel with who? The Bush family. Don't shoot them down, you piss them off to fuck up the deal, god damn it. You fucking idiots. But you said, I don't care what I said. Do not fire on them. We locked on them motherfuckers. There you go. Now you see why I got out of the service? I would leave a perfectly pristine, beautiful beach with dolphins out playing in the fucking ocean that I could sit there and watch. We need you to go to the Far East and bring this motherfucker back. Aye, aye, Skipper. Put my fucking cooler back in the house. Run to the office. Go to the Pentagon. Get briefed in. Get over to that country. And be sitting out there watching. Do you see anything yet? No, I don't see shit yet. I'm waiting. As soon as that jackrabbit pops his head up, I'm going to take his head plumb off his shoulders. I'm going to rock his ass. Okay, keep us posted. Okay, I see him. He just opened all the curtains, so I'm going to go ahead and get ready to take the shot. Oh, wait a minute. No, we just got a phone call. No, don't do that there. Just go in there and buy him a case of beer. Maybe take him some pussy in there. Ask him if he'll come back, because we want to get in bed with him. You took me off a beach to bring that fucking piece of shit over here. I ought to dust the mother. I ought to throw the motherfucker out the back of a goddamn helicopter over the fucking ocean, let the sharks eat him. Now you listen here. You belong to the Navy. How about you go fuck yourself? Bring him back. Them cocksuckers would feed him. I had to babysit the son of a bitch. All the way back. They would feed the motherfucker. Treat him like he's a fucking king when he'd been killing nuns and his own fucking people. And then, what are you guys doing with him now? Well, we're going to send him back to his country. And a couple of months later, he's doing the same fucking thing. Go back over there and get him. Fuck you. I'm going to sit here on the beach and get drunk. That's a direct order. I got a direct order for you. How about you kiss my ass? I brought him over there one time and you motherfuckers treated him like a king and sent him back. Now he's acting damn full again. You go fucking get him. I'm going to sit here and get drunk. You don't like it? Throw me in a brig. You still got to feed me, prick. It's the way this fucking country is being ran. And these fucking people like Fauci. And these fucking projects. People getting by with doing shit to people. And the stupidity needs to stop. It just needs to plain fucking stop. But it ain't going to. It's just going to keep on going. Now, the day that they get rid of the CIA and the FBI, that'll be when it changes. Why? Because they're the cocksuckers running around causing all this shit. Along with these scientists that's being hit around like Fauci. We didn't know a goddamn thing. You're a lying motherfucker, Rand Paul. You little curly-headed fuck. You're a lying son of a bitch. Y'all give him the fucking money, you fucking fruit fly. Do you think I'd hand somebody several billion fucking dollars not knowing what the fuck they're gonna do with it? You lying son of a bitch. You lie about like that fucking fat-ass Ted Cruz. That's another lying fucking asshole. Y'all like a fucking dirty diaper. You're full of fucking shit. I look at you, I see it as a shit pool. It's amazing that we, the people, let these fuckers dust us from the skies, poison our fucking food, poison our fucking water, spread fucking diseases around, like COVID. Fuck you, YouTube. Suck on that. And doing shit to people in these projects that ain't right. The bullshit needs to stop. And these lying fucking politicians need to go get a job at McDonald's and put somebody in there that's fucking got brains. Just like they was gonna get this. Now this is fucking funny as shit. It's so fucking funny your asshole would turn inside out. We're gonna take the dope away and make it illegal again. Oh no, goddamn, I gotta get a buzz on, man. I gotta have one of them big old motherfucking hog legs. Fuck your hog leg. You know what that fucking, why they wanna keep pot going around? If they can keep you stupid enough, you'll waddle your ass up there and vote for the wrong motherfucker. Why? Because you're sitting there going, wow, man, I got a buzz on. You see that big old fucking monkey flying around? It's to keep you stupid. Besides that, you keep the grocery stores busy because you're smoking that shit. You start getting the fucking munchies, and if you don't go to the store and get you some fucking munchies, you'll be out there eating fucking tree bark off the trees and chewing on grass. Eat the hair off the neighbor dog. It's to keep you stupid. Wake up. Oh man, the world's so bad, I gotta stay all buzzed up. Yeah, you're buzzed up alright. Then the president says we're gonna take out the thing that makes the dope get you high. Oh my god, no way, fuck, we can't do that, they gotta be high, goddamn it, otherwise they won't vote for us Democrats. Okay. Then I want the button, the nuclear button. Here's a good one. They get a hold of the biggest retards they can find to fuck with Trump. The biggest motherfucking retards in the United States. The jack-offs of the government, which is the supreme jack-off, justices. They're about as worthless as tits on a motherfucking boar. What do tits on a fucking boar serve? Then again, what the Supreme Justices serve? They serve about as much purpose as a fucking diaper with the whole ass blowed out. None. Zero. It's just another way for them to suck money out of my pocket, in your pocket, to pay some lazy fucks to sit up there with a fucking wooden hammer and make bad decisions. That's not a wasteful thinking, that's wasteful spending. If you're spending my motherfucking money and you're wasting it, how you like me to put a boot up your ass? Now, if you motherfuckers don't like that, up there in Shithouse, USA, kiss my ass. Why don't you go after the people that created me? Oh, because them projects filtered down into the Epstein shit? Imagine that. This world is a fucking mess. What somebody need to do, go up there to the shit house and cut a great big fucking beer fart. Maybe them motherfuckers will gag and get the fuck out of there and make that son of a bitch a museum or something. Make something worthwhile out of it, because they sure in the fuck ain't using it. It's supposed to be ours, the people's. That's what they say. That's a fucking lie. Whatever cocksucker said that, they're just like a dirty diaper. They're full of shit. You don't believe me? Go up there and try to walk in. See what happens. Besides that, has anybody ever seen any president Any presidents. Name me one. That don't live in the White House. Well, that's because the White House ain't got good golf courses like down there at Mar-Fargo. Mar-Lago. Don't it sound kind of funny he don't live there? He lives down there in fucking Florida. You know, down there in Ron DeSantis land. Kind of strange. Maybe he shouldn't be president. Maybe he should be president of Florida. Either that or he move his ass back up to fucking the White House and quit flirting around with Kid Rock. You two run around kissing each other's ass, look up like a bunch of fucking fags. Well, I've ranted long enough, but I'm just telling you, these projects exist, and they're still going on, and they're still creating these crazy fucks. Just so you know. So don't ever think that these projects stopped. They've created all kinds of fucking killers. John Wayne Gacy, all these pricks. They've all went through a form of MKUltra. Drugs, beatings, brains being spliced, psyches being split, turned into secret soldiers, super soldiers, to wipe out us, the population. And then when their usefulness runs out, hey, this is where he lives. I seen him where they're eating on a man's leg. Well, how do you know it's a man's leg? 'Cause I seen one of his nuts attached to it. Well, I guess we better go arrest the motherfucker. He's been killing people, what now, 10, 15 years? Shit. Who's next? Well, we're going to create a new one tomorrow. We'll turn loose one in every state. Where does it end? Does anybody know? Does anybody give a shit? I don't know. I still hold out hope for humanity, but that's why I don't watch the news anymore, because every time I'd see a serial killer on there, oh, we caught serial killer. Yeah, what, after 20 years? God damn. Barney Fife. You get one bullet and you just carry that in your pocket. And you wonder, if Sherlock Holmes was alive today and seen the kind of policing and the shit the CIA and the FBI and the local governments are doing, he would go jump in the fucking ocean and play with great white sharks. He'd be like, fuck it, I ain't got nothing. These guys are retarded. That's how crazy our world has gotten. It ain't what we've been told. But these projects exist. They need to be ended. They need to stop. People having a hard enough time just trying to put food on the table and now put gas in their fucking vehicles. Every time you turn around, it's a new fucking bullshit thing comes up. Just like weather manipulation. The fuckers are doing that too. They poison our food, fucking with the weather. You can't even grow your own fucking food, because they're busy trying to figure out a way to destroy your tomato plants. Of course, that fuckhead named Bill Gates, why don't y'all eat some cockroach hamburgers? I got a better one, Bill Gates. Why don't you kiss my hairy fucking ass? Better than that, why don't you come here and knock on my door and tell me to eat a cockroach hamburger? I'll shove my fucking steel-toed boot up your ass. I'll send you home, look like you got fucked by the neighbor dog. You little bug-eyed monkey-looking fucker. Look like a goddamn lizard. Like a sleeve stack. Besides that, Bill Gates, I didn't know you run for presidency. I don't know you run for Congress or anything like that. So where you run around flopping your chops? Here's a better one. Who's the stupid cocksuckers on YouTube that when Bill Gates farts, they bag it and put him on fucking YouTube on somebody's channel. You know what you do to somebody that don't matter? They cease to exist. You don't just say, hey, it's Bill Gates, he got something to say. Well, I got something to say to you if you're the one putting him on your channel and doing all that shit about him on your channel, promoting him. I'm not promoting, I just want to know what the motherfucker's doing. By putting him on there, you're promoting him, dumbass. How about I come put a boot up your ass? Don't promote a fucking cockroach eating cocksucker. Period. Anytime you show a picture of him, you mention that prick's name, you're promoting him. Like in the 70s show, dumbass. Don't promote a prick. Plain and simple. If they're a dickhead like that, don't put them on YouTube. Don't put a picture of them up. Don't talk about them. Unless you're going to call them a cocksucker. On my worst fucking day, I have more brains than fucking Bill Gates. All he is an upright walking lizard. And a snake. And an arrogant piece of monkey shit. Period. Well, I think I've ranted enough for tonight. I've made several points. Now it's up to you people to sit there and go, what did we learn tonight? There's going to be some people that say, you're fucking crazy. Then there's going to be others that goes, my God, I've been asleep for 50 years. Then there's going to be people that says, dude, we totally agree with you. You're right on the money. Damn right I am. I ain't as stupid as people think. And they haven't killed me yet. I said yet. There's always tomorrow they could try again. But they're stupid. My handlers are about as stupid as a sack of hammers. They're smart, book smart, but they don't have no fucking common sense. And I'll tell you what, if you went to a place where they was printing out books and they was printing out dictionaries and you look up common sense, it ain't in there no more. Why? They don't know what it means. That's why you don't see a lot of common sense. That's why. Because the dictionary don't have it in there no more. But if you look up lizard, prick, bug-eyed motherfucker, Bill Gates falls under all them fucking things, them words. Guarantee it. And yet people act like he runs the world. Who gives a shit what Bill Gates thinks? That son of a bitch means about as much to me as monkey shit. He don't exist in my world. He don't run my world. He don't buy my fucking underwear. But he can damn well kiss my ass. So anyway, there's my rant for tonight. Hopefully somewhere in there you might have learned something, or you might agree with me. If you do, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Leave a comment. Put hell yes. Or leave something bad. I hope you don't. But you can't cross a bridge till you come to it. So we'll worry about that when we come to that bridge. If anything, I hope you got some kind of entertainment out. Maybe you got a laugh out of it. Until the next one, this is Henry saying goodnight. It's raining now, so I'm going to grab my umbrella and go have me a smoke in between the raindrops. Because you know what they say about horse shit? Horse shit floats. So, I got to be careful when I go out in the rain, because shit floats. I'll be floating down the fucking road somewhere. That's how my dog come pull me back in. Okay, well, you all have a good night. I'll see you on the next one. Y'all take care and keep your powder dry. But keep your ass above water, too. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching.